Well, hello, everybody. We're here this afternoon with Tessier out of Harford County, Maryland, and Marge McCreesh out of Harford County, Maryland as well. Lee has a mega team in the Maryland market. They do almost 500 transactions a year. Had the honor of working with him for the past 6 months as he's joined EXP. And then Marge McCreesh just joined us with EXP from Remax after 32 years being at Remax. So just a couple days. She's a baby. I don't think she even knows what she's doing in real estate yet. But Marge, we were really excited to have you become a part of EXP. I think you shared a little bit about yourself with me and Lee and Lee and myself about how you made the decision really quickly. You saw it right away. And once the right person approached you, I think Skip Tolley approached you and started sharing it with you, and you respected him and how he does business. And in that process, you were evaluating it and made a decision fairly quickly. And I think you shared with me that when Remax came into the market 32 years ago, you were one of the founding people in your market who actually started and worked with Remax. So would you mind just sharing a little bit about yourself and about your real estate journey?
Sure thing. I started with real estate back with Merrill Lynch Realty. And that's a long time ago. And Remax was a brand new organization that was just, starting in the country, and it was awesome. I thought, if you're gonna have a real estate business, run it the way you want to. What's better than that? And the compensation was the best package around. And I thought, I just did it. And I saw the vision that Remax had. I actually met Mr. Linninger, and I thought, this is where I belong. And I stayed for 32 years. And it's grown and it's changed, and our county has changed and our state has changed, and the real estate industry has changed crazy. We didn't even have computers when I started. So yeah, I stayed because it was a great model for me to be alone and run it the way that I wanted.
Yeah, usually you see in the Remax world, I mean, some of the best realtors I've ever met have been Remax agents. And I have a ton of respect because usually they're entrepreneurs. Usually they're people who are driven like yourself, power hitters, people who do a ton of production. And so for someone like yourself, after 32 years to go, I'm making a change, that speaks volumes about what you saw in our model. And what were a couple of the things you saw that were just a game changer that you just made a decision, this is where I need to be?
So I had, for a number of years, felt like I wanted more. I didn't want to just sell one house and settle one house and 1 year have 30 sales and 1 year have 40 sales and just keep being at the mercy of, the market. And I had talked to Skip several years ago. We, kind of put our heads together, and I said, Skip, I'm just looking for more. And I wanted to be able to help people and to grow things. And there, I wanted energy. So I was actually reaching out to agents from other companies to get that. And so Skip just sent me a text message and said, Marge, check this out, my gift to realtors. And I just texted back, thanks, Skip, but I'm never going anywhere. And then I thought, you know what? Lee Tessier went. Rob Commodore went. Jim Stevens. These are my buddies. These are the guys that I look up to. They're leaders in the industry. I better take a look at this. And I did. And then when I saw the model, I thought, this is what I was looking for. Health insurance. I've got active, passive, and residual income. Health insurance, the state-of-the-art technology. I mean, things that just take us above and beyond what I ever expected. And the best mentorship I could possibly ask for. I mean, I'm just so blessed that I'm under Lee, who, you're just dynamic and you lead us. And Shelley, that you've put together Impact Worldwide, which is just I couldn't ask for more. And then we've got Grant Cardone, leading us. I can take those classes for free that people pay thousands and thousands of dollars for. I get mentorship from Lee Tessier. it's taken me to a whole different level. I'm excited. I'm loving my career now, and I'm booming. I mean, it's only been a month and a half, and I have listed all my properties and brought over agents, and I just couldn't be happier.
How has, sorry, Lee, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that making real estate fun again, that's the exciting part because it's different. It's so different. Like you said, you were looking for something more. It was like, all right, and I just had a call with somebody else earlier. It was just the collaboration that we get more. When I was independent, it was nice. We were busy and all, but now I get so much more collaboration with friends that are in the industry. It's like, all right, what about this? And sharing ideas and how do these things work, and then how do we all help each other and make each other better? Better people, better business, better parents. All of it. So collaboration. Period. Shelley, go ahead. Sorry.
Inside of Impact, Margie was sharing with me earlier that she was listening to John Padone, who was leading a class today with my business partner Craig LePage and Nick Mavry on digital mastery and how to maximize your marketing. And she said John was like, asked what are your 5 superpowers, and she's like, it made me really think. Would you mind just sharing a little bit about what your 5 of who you are?
Well, the first thing is passionate. I care about everything beyond what I probably should. I want to make sure everybody's happy, or I want to give it my all. I just love with my whole heart all of my clients. My clients are probably my biggest friends, and my best friends are people that I have worked with. I'm dedicated. I mean, who sticks with the company for 32 years? I don't give up.
Relentless.
Yeah, and I care. I care about people, and that was something that I had to, when I put together a mission statement for myself about 15 years ago. I just wanted to be able to help people because I care, and that's something that not everybody offers. And if I can just help people achieve their real estate dreams, that's what it is. And I'm hardworking to a fault. I don't stop, and I go above and beyond, even when it's dirty, yucky stuff. And you can count on me.
One of the things you shared earlier was like you're excited about, you have something finally to help other agents in your industry that you have so much respect for. I mean, when you talk about some of your friends that you've done business with and people in the industry in your market, I mean, you talk with them, you're like, I really want this for them. I want them to have something more. And then when you saw this, you realized that this really was something more for your business and for their business. And that was something you shared with me earlier about, being able to help and pull together.
So, love Remax, but everybody was their own island.
Right.
People say that we're an island here. I've never felt more connected. I mean, we count on each other. We call each other all the time. I mean, how in the world could I have met Shelley Johnson or been friends? It's just amazing. Everybody was kind of competing against each other before. And when I wanted to help people grow, for example, I do some commercial work as well, helping a commercial group lead. It was not a good experience. Here, I can help everybody grow. I can help everybody become better agents and be rewarded for it. That's the best part. I'm like, this is amazing.
The first time we've seen a model that's set up to help the agents in that manner. It's been great because there's like the 100% models and stuff of that sort. This is a place that you can actually get more than 100%, plus long-term wealth. That's where most of us aren't retiring in a year or 2 years. It's probably 5, 10, 15, whatever it may be. But I think that this gives you a model for long-term wealth with the agent equity program, the stocks, revenue share, all those things. So what was important to you?
Yes. all those things were important in making my decision. And it did seem like I came over quickly. Shelley, I really burned out every avenue for Remax. I was offered to open offices and do other things, and it just could not offer a retirement, a lifestyle where I can continue, maybe slow down on selling houses when I'm 70 years old. I won't be in a walker going up and down stairs. I can still help agents grow and people will become better and be rewarded for it.
Yeah.
So it's funny you say that because 32 years, but you had already explored every option available to you in your brokerage. So at that point, you knew at that point when you saw what was available, it was like, okay, and you trusted the people that had come before you that you respected in your industry and knew they were happy. So it makes it a little easier when you know that people who you trust and do a great business or running their business successfully. How was your transition? How was your transition into the company? What was your experience?
All right, so I am not technologically savvy. I mean, I can figure things out, and every time they change something, I'm always like, oh. I came right over. I got into the world. The great thing with our team and under Lee, I had Vanessa, and Vanessa just helped me with all the stuff that I had issues with, and I just seemingly went across. Contracts. So I was always a loaner agent. I just sent them one PDF. Here's my contract. This is the way I do it. Done. My contracts have never been cleaner because now I take them, I upload them to exactly where they need to be. So if there was ever an audit or a question, everything is exactly where it needs to be, and it's easy. Once you get used to it, I mean, I've had sales, I've had listings, onboarded people, and it's all easy, and you guys have just been amazing mentors.
It's awesome. I mean, that's been critical. What I hear when you say that is empowered, because as an individual agent, you don't have to have a team. We're all like supporting each other with our tools we have in place, like having Vanessa and having an onboarding system and having all the people and support and like, hey, I need this, and we're like, oh, okay, no problem. We just jump right in and help each other. And I think we're like, our tools are even better because we're cross-sharing tools. And like, I know working with Lee has been great help for me in my business because I'm learning things he does and maybe I don't do the same way. And I'm like, wow, that's a better way of doing that. And we can make small tweaks. Lee says this all the time. He'll say, small tweaks make the biggest difference. So like, it doesn't have to be some massive movement to make a massive difference.
Yeah. I think of, so we coach with John Cheplack, and he says, tiny hinges swing big doors, right? So it's like not the biggest thing that you're changing. It's all these small things that make a huge impact. We had a coaching call yesterday with my team, and we were just talking about like, all right, we recapped this morning our daily huddle. I was like, all right, what did you take out of yesterday? And it was like all these little things. It wasn't like, hey, this big thing made this big change. For us, the EXP model has given us something big to make the change, to make the move. But now, what all tweaks are you taking to make your business better? You've been in the business 32 years. You understand the real estate business, but now what are you doing differently? And I would say that's probably one of the biggest things now. It's like you're giving something different to do in your life besides you're doing real estate, but you're having more collaboration and so forth. So what does that look like for you now?
The thing I love with EXP is I can do whatever I want to do. I can do as much or as little as I want to do. If I want to stay a little agent, it works perfect. If I want to be a big recruiter, I can do that and start a great team. If I just want to sell houses, if I just want to flip houses, because I've done flips and rentals and things like that, I can do it at EXP. I can have team members that help people grow. I can bring on brand new people and put them in the world, and they're getting the best training out there. It's amazing because I can do whatever I want to do. It's all here at EXP where I couldn't do that anywhere else.
Right. Because you got all the 650 employees in the world to help assist with all the other stuff, which is phenomenal. Let alone like for sometimes I need something from Shelley. Last night we were texting and Kelly's pitching it and helping with different things. I see she had commented on there, and it's like the collaboration of the group is so powerful. Let alone I had 8 o'clock call with Shelley and about 10 of us, and some of the platforms that we're working on, and that she's taking the superpowers that people have, like, hey, they're really good at this, let's do this and take that and make it better, or let's make a system that works for everybody.
And I think the call we had this morning, Lee, just to sidetrack, I think that like taking that and plugging that into our teams is going to be a total game changer and make a huge impact on our teams, because I already have a vision for that. I'm sure you probably do too. But Impact Worldwide, it was a bunch of leaders like my business partner, Craig LePage, and a lot of us who've been with the company a little bit longer, but having all this energy of these, like you guys are power players. We're running with people like lions, people who do big business, who are super collaborative, helpful, and like our core values just line up. Like our families are super important to us, and being like Marge, you talked about your son and having the time. Like you raised 2 children. For those of you who don't know this, she had raised when they were really little by herself as a single mom, and to have the security of a company that is supportive of a single parent and the fact that they're building stock while they're doing the business they're doing, where whether you're have a partnership, whether you're in with somebody, a marriage or something like that, or you're a single mom, there's all these things that are now empowering us and giving us more opportunity to be able to have security for the future when we're older, and and for our families, and to build a legacy, which is huge.
Yeah, so good. Were you gonna say something, Marge?
I wish I could get my daughters into real estate.
You will. Trust me, you will.
Yeah, Lee has met both of my daughters, and you got Josh in there. I just feel like it's such an opportunity. I wish I would have been here 5 years ago, but timing is everything.
We've heard that multiple times from different people, including myself. So, but I think of, with our kids and everything else, but when I was talking to my grandson one day, taking him to school, and we were talking about streams and ponds. So he was talking about fishing. And I was like, all right, well, pond has just that water in it, and it's kind of stale and stagnant. It doesn't move much. I was like, that's, somebody working at, just one company as an employee or so forth, and you only have that one income. But now you get a stream. I was like, that stream runs in your backyard, and like your water keeps moving through it. I said, you want to build streams of income. So EXP gives you streams of income. You have your sales, you have your stock, you have your revenue. You can participate in just one, or you can participate in all three. Well, you're going to participate really in two no matter what, because you're going to be given stock. So you're going to get, you sell and then you do get stock. So you get two streams no matter what. Don't have that pond. But, as an 8-year-old kid, I could see him in the videos, like, gathering. And the same thing with this. So like some people get it, some people don't. I was closed in the beginning. I was like, I couldn't hear a word Shelley said to me when she called me for 2 years. But then as we see more of our friends, same thing you said, seen Skip move, and I've seen this one move, you see me move. It's like, all right, well, what's going on here? Why are they moving? And then you start looking at the model, and it's like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. So, but I think everybody, they're either closed and totally don't want to hear it, or at some point they've had enough pain in their life, or, hey, well, I just seen Marge move, and what? She's been there 32 years. Why would she move? So those big things just kind of open your eyes a little bit more and more. You say, Shelley, you see over the years?
It does definitely, you're 100% right. It's like if people are watching us and they're wondering about it, don't be afraid to ask Marge, about her move. I mean, there's no pressure or anything ever to make a move to the company. Maybe you're perfectly happy where you are, but at least understand how the company would affect your life. And then you make a decision, and, it's not for everybody, but it is for most of us, is what I'm finding. And the people I've talked to 4 years ago are with the company now that said, what, I'm not really interested. I'm happy where I am. I mean, we're all happy where we are, but could we be happier? could we add a little bit more to our life? It's just a matter of happening for people a lot of times.
Most people don't like change, so they're afraid to make change. I had somebody said to me, what's the worst that can happen? Meg Watson said that. And I think of Brent. He says that in the video. He's like, all right, what's the worst that can happen? You go back and you negotiate something better. You get a corner office instead, or you get this or that. He's like, all right, what's the worst that can happen? I'm like, yeah, you're right. You do is redo signs and some business cards. Not that important. So, and then when it starts working out better, you're like, holy crap, that was a pretty good move. So. Yeah.
And, with Impact Worldwide, the group that we've all built together, I love, like today, we have a whole calendar of trainings outside of EXP World with all this talent, training on how to sell more real estate. Like, there's things that I was not good at in the real estate world. We get in our little niche of what we're great at. And sometimes, to really move the needle in your business, you can stay in that spot or that lane. But until you add that next piece of the pie that you're not great at, or find someone to help you do that, or at least understand it better and be more open-minded toward it, then your business really scales. So mine was cold prospecting. I never did it. It was always referral repeat business. I love my clients. Our team loves our clients, but you know what? How do you meet new people? It's through having conversations with people you didn't know, and building that is, you know, helping our business every single day. And I'm not great at training on that. Well, now we have someone who is great at training on that, and makes it really comfortable in our world. So he's comfortable doing that, and he's happy to share with everybody in Impact Worldwide. And then there's tons of other things, pieces to that, like whether we have Nick McCree, who is a digital marketing mastermind. He's like 23 years old, super smart kid, driven. I call him a kid. Sorry, Nick. I wish I was 23. So, you know, but to be able to have someone like that, and I can't even say his name, Ruby, who understands how to leverage different things in technology to build our business. Because when technologies don't talk, what do? We spend time trying to make them all talk. Well, you know, through these relationships, we're finding great tools to use inside our business to grow our business to new levels. And people who are outside of the group don't have access to that. And my business partner Craig always says, having access to the right people and the right things to help your business are critical. So, you know, it's like those little tweaks, like Lee says, of knowing but having access. It's a combination of things. In our Impact Worldwide, that group is full of talent, and we're going to grow our real estate businesses. I guarantee anybody who plugs into that group they will not be able to help be successful. I mean, how could you not? If you're around lions, and Tony Robbins always says proximity is everything. And if you're in proximity of people like Sheila Fageron or Brent Gove or Gene Frederick or Cliff Freeman, I mean, so many amazing people in this company, you are going to grow your business. And that's for me, and I'm happier than I've ever been. In real estate, I had a team and I love my team, but I was still a little lonely. You know, I wanted more, and I was in a company that had other agents, but we were the top, and we didn't know who to look to get the next opportunity or how to build our business. Yeah. And we were always failing forward, which we still do, which is totally great, because I believe in that fully. Like, try something and fail at it. It's okay, because it's going to lead you somewhere else. It opens more doors. But Marge, when I got to meet you, I love, like, you are so committed to everything. When you join, you're at every event. You're always watching the lives on Impact. You're reaching out, and you're connected in. And I mean, it's so inspiring to be around someone like you who plugs in at that level.
I just am amazed that I can have access to this. Today, I watched how to increase my social media from my phone while I was brushing my hair. You know, it's just amazing, all of the wonderful people that we have. And you said, Marge, come meet Tony Robbins. And I'm like, what? and I'm online live with Grant Cardone. Like, I never had these opportunities before. I want to learn everything I can. It's just, there's so much. And the thing is, I can do as much or as little as I want.
That's right. There's no pressure to do it all, right? It's just a matter of you take it and add your pieces to it and add what works for you.
And you had talked earlier, so it made me think, I was listening to some Jim Rohn this morning. He was talking about the transfer of wisdom. So, you know, you've been in the business for 32 years, so think of the wisdom that you have from negotiating contracts and writing contracts and all the other stuff of building a business from zero to, you know, say if you're doing 30, 40, 50 deals a year. So it's a matter of what that looks like when you're helping either that newer agent or somebody that's, you know, been struggling. Like, how do you get out of this rut? These are the things. So it's always that transfer of wisdom. That's the one thing with the collaboration of the company, because that benefits you. And before it was like, hey, you're giving to give. And when you give, you get. Most cases, this is a company that when you are giving, you're still getting. And then you don't have to be intentional to get, you know what I mean? Right. You're doing it for those right reasons to give. And it's amazing what reciprocation that they've built into the company, which really helps others want to give more.
Right.
So I would say that you see that people tend to give more than ever, especially in your own market. Where before it was, you didn't really give that much in your own market. It was like, oh, that's my competitor. Like, now you're like, all right, well, let's go all run together and let's sell a lot of houses. So it's always going to be the 80-20.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it's fun because you're like, it's fun to like, John Padone's office is literally 3 miles down the road from mine, but we both help each other so much. And like, I'm seeing that in your market. And when people come together like that, it's amazing how much faster we can go and how much bigger of an impact we can have on our families, 100%. I agree with you. Like just seeing that collaboration and everybody, you guys have people working together, and I love seeing the doors opening that weren't even thought to be open, even outside of EXP. Like with Vanessa, she's on fire and excited.
Yeah.
I love that. Like you're giving her something that she didn't even know was there, and she didn't even expect it when she joined. I remember, I think one of the leaders said to her, "You're joining the boys club at EXP in Maryland," and I don't think so. I think if they were, they look out for you.
We need to change that.
No,
Yeah,
it was just what he said to try to help her not feel good about the move. But it's so funny because I'm like, well, if that's the boys I get to be in the boys club with, I'm in. In the Marge Club.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I think that, the more you collaborate, then you're finding different strengths and weaknesses in people, or they see what they're really strong at and saying, hey, I think I can plug this in here. Or, somebody's pointing it out to them because they're talking more than ever or working through struggles. Vanessa and I were talking because it was like, hey, we had this issue, or me and Marge, when we were talking, we were sitting there at the brewery from that lunch and learn, like, all right, where's your pain points? What do you want out of life? Where do you want to be in 5 years? And I think that so many people are not looking where they want to be in 5 years. I look at, all right, if I would have changed 5 years ago, what would my stock look like? I'd be like, all right, I could totally retire now. I don't know that I'd want to, probably not. But, I was like, all right, what does your financial well-being look like, where most agents are not great at saving? So now you have that 5% off the top, investing at the stock at a 10% discount. I think that gets so overlooked and not talked about. And that is such a huge financial piece, especially these younger agents that are 20s and 30s. I'm like, you start doing this now. What does that look like in 20 years? What does that look in 30 years? Not, everybody's so short-sighted of keeping up with the Joneses or going to buy this or buy that. I'm like, buy stock, invest in it. Yeah, it's $35, $37 right now, which that's after the 2-for-1 split. It's still a $70 stock. So look at what that is rather than like, oh, well, it's been kind of stagnant. I'm like, I'm fine with it being stagnant. Let me keep buying it while it's low and then let it shoot up in a little while. So I'm good long-term investment wise, but people want to think about today and tomorrow. I'm not day trading this stock.
Right.
People I think of Brent when he said he put the pool in his backyard and he cashed out, $200,000 at $10. And I'm like, yeah, that $10 stock that's still even, that's a little low at $70. That's 1.4 million. So sorry, Brent, if you're listening. So that's a pool in the backyard. So just think of those things of long term rather than, hey, I'm running the hamster wheel all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden it's 10 years later or 5 years later, and we haven't thought really long term, what are we building for our futures? And I think that's one of the biggest things. And you kind of knew it when we sat there. You already had more of a plan of what do I want it to look like in 5 years. So more than some.
Yeah.
So.
We all underestimate the power of time. We all think we're going to be young forever, right? I mean, that's kind of, we kind of deny that time's flying by. And when we're in an industry like this, it flies by faster. I was talking to a super talented agent down in Charleston, South Carolina yesterday, who is extremely young. And she's been 5 years now in the business. And she's like, Shelley, it's been a blur. She's like, I'm like wondering like, okay, what am I doing for my future? And she's probably in her early 30s. So like just talking to great agents like her and, and hearing, we all need to be thinking a little differently. And I think, Marge, for you, you're definitely an Icon agent. And would you like to share a little bit about what the Icon program is? That's part of the stock program, which I think is huge. One thing I'll say real quick is Craig and I have Icon 4 times. And that's been huge for us. We have hundreds and hundreds of that. We actually have over $1 million each in stock. And some of the hundreds of thousands of that is from Iconing, because that $16,000 cap we were paying in, they gave it back to us. And that money has just, some of it was really inexpensive, and it's just like he said, $8 a share, and now it's just quadrupled. I don't even know. I need to probably figure that number out. But I know it's a lot of money. And when I left our old company, which I really liked our old company, there was nothing to show for it. I had a big goose egg. So, you know, that's been huge. And I've been in the industry like 17 years, like you're like Lee. Go ahead, Lee. I wanted you to share, you or Marge share about the icon.
You want to talk on a Marge, or do you want me to do it?
I'll give it to you, Lee.
Okay. So, so once you've done your $16,000, your cap 80/20, it's paid 16 grand in. And then as an individual agent, it's 20 transactions at $250. So you pay $5,000 in. Now you get that $16,000 back in stock, which is huge. Like Shelley said, look at that compounding of what, turns into several $100,000 is what it's done over the years. And even if it doubles, I'm okay. Hey, 16,000, I get 32 back. Good with that. But, we continue to want to see it grow. And I know that they were talking like doing another 2-for-1 split later in the year. The other thing that kind of gets overlooked is when you help people find the company, then you get $400 in stock there. Like I just hit Icon a couple weeks ago. So, I'll get my stock awards here in the next month. But I've gotten almost $7,000 in stock just from agents coming into the company because they give you $400 for every person that does it as soon as they do their first transaction. So all that starts adding up pretty quickly. So enjoy, and like again, that longer term wealth where most of us that are real estate that do pretty well in it, they'll buy investment properties. Most of us don't play in the stock market as much. Maybe you have an IRA or 401k or something like that. But this gives us opportunity to still play in it with a company that you support and has no debt. That's another huge one, no debt. So, Marge, anything you want to add to the stock?
No.
All right, no worries.
It's just that there's just so much, and it's so amazing. So, when people ask me some questions sometimes, like percentages, well, I'm on a such and such split. We're getting way above 100%.
Yes.
We're getting paid to be here over and over again, and we can retire on this just from helping people grow in an amazing atmosphere.
Yeah.
I'm just overwhelmed and so happy about it.
What's so funny is you said earlier I was a loner before, and to hear you like so over the moon about the collaboration is just awesome because it just speaks volumes about the caliber of people that you get to run with. Because that's what when you get to run with the right people, you don't feel alone anymore. You're just running hard together.
Yeah. And you're all under one brokerage too. It's franchised and it's all separate. You're under one brokerage, which is huge.
And it's great. If I have a question, I just go into the world. And I never thought I could be able to do something like that. It only took me a day. It only took me 10 minutes with Vanessa. I can walk into the broker room and they say, "Hi, Margie." And then I go, "Hi." And then they ask me if I have a question. So I can get questions answered from marketing, social media, legal, accounting, anything, just by moving my little avatar around. And that to me is that is the future. I think that when we're going to be able to do everything right from our phones or our laptops, instead of having to drive around trying to reach people to get insight. And there's also commercial in the world. So if I want to do my commercial real estate and I have some questions, I just go into the world and there's somebody there that can help me almost any time of day. It's pretty amazing.
Well, somebody I had a Zoom call a little earlier today, and they're like, "Well, how long does it take to try to get a hold of your broker while you guys are virtual?" I'm like, "Okay, hold on a minute. Let me show you my screen." I clicked on it, opened the world up. I hit, broker stateroom, went to Maryland, and they literally, as soon as it popped up, they were like, "Hey, Lee, how are you?" And she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it's that bad." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, so do you have a particular question or anything else I need to do? So it's just interesting of, the amount of support that's there. And then some people were like, "Was that the only way you can get on them?" I'm like, "No, you can pick up the phone, you can call them or text them or email them or workplace chat." So there's multiple ways, but they're sitting there waiting, or that's their job all day is to sit there and help you. So just, again, it's a different way of thinking. We get blocked here from that 6 inches ear to ear, rather than thinking when you start opening your eyes, you're like, wow, that's available. Greg Collison, when he moved over, he said, I was trying to kind of used to getting a hold of my broker within an hour or so or less. It's depending. I could walk down the hall if they were there. And he's like, wow, I went in here and I clicked and they were there immediately. He's like, I didn't expect that it was going to be that fast. So it's just same thing with accounting and so forth. When I had a accounting question on something I needed to change to an LLC, went in, did paperwork, and it was immediate. Like I was done in 2 minutes with the form that they sent me, filled it out, and back to them. So, and tech support, we had to help. I'm trying to think who it was. Somebody that one of my agents had put in his wrong email that he was not getting in, and he had a guest pass for the world, so he couldn't get back in. So I went in and tech support, shared my screen. They were able to walk through and tell him what to do, and they took care of it. Wow, that's super easy. And we were done in minutes. Where he was getting too frustrated at home trying to figure this out on my own. Like, just raise your hand and ask. We're happy to help. So
that's awesome.
The other thing is KV Core. I've already gotten leads just from KV Core. I mean, I got a $500,000 lead yesterday. That's
nice.
Something I haven't ever. I mean, I haven't had that at Remax. I didn't get any of the leads. They didn't funnel down that far.
Yeah.
And the technology there. I mean, it gives me a website. So I have a website. I can do as much or as little with that as I want to. I can grow it. I cannot grow it. There's CRM. They're everything is here, and it's state of the art. It's above anything that I've seen available. So I don't have to go out and find a website host and find a social promoter. It's in there. It takes my listings, it puts together the ad, and it says, do you want to promote it on Facebook, Google? It's all there, and it's really awesome.
Awesome, good. Anything else as closing? I know we're on for like 35 minutes. Anything else?
Wow, we had fun today.
Right, exactly. So, a man shopping versus a woman shopping. You see the woman's one.
Not to tell Tracy on you, like.
Right. She knows I don't like to shop. So
I know.
Any closing thoughts or comments? And
I'm glad I took a look. I'm glad I took a look, and if anybody's contemplating it, just see what options are out there. It doesn't cost anything just to have knowledge of what your competitors are doing.
Yeah.
Find out if it's a good fit for you. I'm here. You can call me.
I think of Cliff Freeman saying the most expensive thing is a closed mind, and that resonates because all right, I want to make this change. And I think of Shelley because she's been in for 4 years, and I see where her income level is. I'm like, wow, if she was closed-minded back then what? So, and it's not too late. There's 60,000 agents on their way to 1 million agents nationwide. So, anything else?
I just wanted to share that it's the company is a perfect timing for someone to be a part of it. Like Lee said, it's definitely not too late, and we are 100% supportive of Marge and anybody that comes in with her. Lee, you could probably talk to the support just quickly about as our organization, how supportive it's been, and the gap between moving from brokerages, don't let that be your stop point. Yeah. Because I think one of the reasons people don't look sometimes is because they think, oh my gosh, how am I going to go from here to here? Well, we have all the systems in place to make that smooth, and we have everything ready for you. So if you make a move, we bring over big teams, we're bringing over brokerages, individual agents. If you saw the people that are joining this company right now, it would just blow your mind. So be a part of it with us, and let's build your opportunity, and let Marge be a part of that, and Lee and myself and our whole organization, because we will. Lee will tell you, we do what we say we're going to do. And he's definitely one of the people too.
Yeah, when you said to me, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I call it, and every time I call, she would answer the phone. I'm like, wow, I was amazed that she would always be willing to help. And still, thankfully she does not have kids, because she would I'd feel bad for them because they wouldn't get
neglected.
So EXP is her kid, everybody here in the group. And going back to you, Mark, as a single mom raising kids, I give kudos to women in this business because it is really difficult. I can't imagine. I know the hours that I put in over the years and trying to take care of young kids, 2, 3, 5, and so forth. Oh my goodness. So kudos to all you moms out there, because it will. I see what I do. I see when I deal with my kids, and I look at my grandkids, and I'm like, holy crap! I'm glad I'm a guy, thankfully, and I'm thankful to have a supportive wife at home that helps take care of the kids. Thank you, Tracy. Right, exactly, 100%. But kudos to the women in this business, and especially single moms, because God knows that's a feat in itself, much less being able to sell real estate at the level you've sold. So congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, honored being visited with all of you, everybody. I just really appreciate it and trusting that we would be able to do this the way we're supposed to, which we are. So it's fun.
Thank
Well,
you.
everyone have an awesome day. Thanks so much we have a ton of people watching and congratulating you. You are definitely loved in this industry. So that just speaks volumes. I mean, there are just tons of comments and people are excited for you and what you're doing. So congratulations, everyone. Have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing everybody soon.
See ya. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.